Hello everybody, this is Becky Browning with Wallflower Greetings. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and this morning I'm going to show you how to make some very easy and very pretty Christmas tags or ornaments using the new foil snowflakes from the holiday catalog. In a previous video I showed you how to make some really pretty elegant cards with them, but I think there's just so many uses for these. I wanted to show you real quickly what I was thinking for Christmas tags, or you could even use them for an ornament to hang on your tree. I think they're really pretty. You've got silver, you've got gold, and then on the back you've also got a neutral, very vanilla, so very versatile. You can do a lot with these. So what I've done is I've used the 2 1/4 inch circle punch to cut some circles out of very vanilla cardstock. And I just used the regular weight cardstock. In our annual catalog, we also have, new this year, cardstock in very vanilla that is thick. It's great for making card bases, and maybe if you were going to make ornaments out of these, you might want it to be a little bit more durable, so you might want to use the thick cardstock for that as well. But really all I'm thinking about doing with this for the most part is just putting, layering the foil snowflake right over the top of the piece of cardstock, the circle, and then what you could do is do a to and from on the back. And then I was thinking about how I might want to attach this to my package. So I need some kind of ribbon. So I was kind of wondering, how this might look if I used the burlap ribbon, because I think that's pretty. And maybe even with the silver, let me see what that looks like. I can pick them up. They're really hard to grab a hold of. They stick together. So, so there's that, and here is the burlap ribbon. Yeah, I think that's going to be pretty with any of these, and even the natural. So I think I'm going to make quite a few like this using the ribbon. So we'll play with that here in a second. One other thing I want to show you is that these are pretty easy and simple because I'm just doing one side with the foil doily, and on the other side putting the to and from, but you could also make a little card out of it by attaching 2 circles together. And there's a couple of ways that you could do that. You could punch holes in the top and tie ribbon around it, and that would be your tie string for your ribbon, and then you could put your doily over the top of the front. So that's definitely one way. But you might be wondering what this other piece is here. This is another punch that's new in the annual catalog this past year, and it looks like this, and it's the circle tab punch. I think that's the name of it, but I will definitely check that or double check that for you and put that down below in the comments what it's actually called, but I think it's called the circle tab. So it's really kind of neat. It's made to make little tabs for like your notebook or your planner. So you have a little circle there, that tab that you can put to mark a place or something like that. But I think it's really cute to maybe make it look like an ornament. So you could put these two together and then simply glue this bottom part, this bottom piece, this straight piece, to each side of your circle to make a little hinge. And then you could run your string or your twine maybe through the opening here. That's probably what I would do. Or you could punch a hole in the top and run your whatever you want, your ribbon or whatever through there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with this. I'm going to go ahead and put it together. So I've got some, let me move this out of the way. I've got some Tombow multi-adhesive glue, and I think that that's going to be best for this project just because it gives you a little bit of wiggle room so that you can get it right where you want it before you commit. If you use something like SNAIL, or especially if you use Fast Fuse, once you stick it, it's there. You can't really move it around. So let me Yeah, and I don't want to get too much glue going here. Let me see if that's enough. I'm going to put my 2 circles together. What I think I'm going to do is lay that down here and then close it up. And that probably will be the best way to do that. And what I did, I don't know that I described it, so this punch comes out like this, and you just fold the 2 circles. There's actually a little score line. It actually kind of seems like it scores it for you, but maybe not. But you just fold it in half, just like that. And that's how you make your little tab. All right, so now we have our cute little ornament. I like that. Isn't that cool? And, you know, probably what I could have done, because I wanted to use this burlap ribbon, and it might be too wide to go through there. And probably what I should have done is strung it through maybe first before I attached, pardon me, before I attached the little tab on here. So let me just try this. I'm going to cut off a piece. And I'm going to see if I can. Well, yeah, I can. I'm just going to open it up. And I'm going to lay this in there like that. Oh, I didn't do this long enough, I don't think. And I think I'm not going to like this using this ribbon because it's too, I think it's too thick. Yeah, it's not going to work. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to like that. Not for this one. So probably what I would do is use a different ribbon for this particular option. I'm kind of thinking about, because I really like the whole idea of using it, but I just don't think it'll work. So for this one, you might want to pick a different ribbon. In the holiday catalog, there is some tinsel, I think it's called tinsel ribbon. And it is silver and red, and I'm waiting for it to come in, but I may use that for this, especially for this one, because it's a thinner, it'll be a thinner type ribbon. You could also use baker's twine, or you could use some of our silver. We have some ribbon that is very thin silver ribbon in the annual catalog. Now, one thing that I do have, and this is from last year, this is, I've got gold and I've got silver in this twine. It's kind of a gilt, and we actually have something similar in the annual catalog this year, so I will post it down below if you're interested. It's very similar to this, if not the same thing. I really haven't checked it out to see if it is the same, but this is very pretty. You could actually use, this is silver and gold. I might actually use these together, actually, to put on my tag. So let me do this. I'm going to just work with this a little bit and see what I can come up with, see what I like. So let's use the silver here. And what I could do is just wrap it around and tie it in a knot. Let's try that first. If I can get a hold of it. It's hard to work with here. Okay, yeah, so now I've got it kind of tied. There's a lot of extra, but you could, I'm actually going to just do a bow maybe. The top. Guess it's wanting to curl up here. And play with it a little bit here. There we go, that's pretty. Well, maybe. It's wanting to turn on me. Let me try this. There we go. So I'm not sure if I like the bow with this particular ribbon. It's not looking right to me. but there's something kind of like that. I don't know if I like that, but you can just play around with it and see what kind of ribbon would work best with this. I still kind of am going back to the jute, but I haven't figured out how to make that work with this particular design. But let me show you the rest of the card, because I'm going to go ahead and glue this together. I'm going to go ahead and use the silver for this one, and I'm using the liquid glue again, the Tombow, and I'm using a craft mat so that I don't mess up my surface, because there's lots of little holes in this. And so I'm just going to add a little bit of glue just around, yeah, here like this. And I'm going to add this to my little card. Like I said, I can move this around a little bit and get it exactly where I want it. And of course, that's kind of sticky. I don't know if I'm going to use that glue again, actually, because it is going through. Might want to be a little bit more careful about that. But maybe it'll dry and it will not be sticky. But anyway, that's really pretty. I love that. Just don't know what to do ribbon-wise at the top. So I think I may wait for my tinsel ribbon to come in and show you. But you know what? For tying on a package, this is not bad. You know, just to use maybe not quite so much of this ribbon and tie it to your package. But isn't that pretty? I really like that. And then, of course, you put your to and the from on the inside. Now, if you wanted to make this an ornament, like I said, I would probably go ahead and use the thicker paper. And I like the idea of having this little tab at the top to make it look like an actual bauble or, you know, ornament that you would hang on a tree. And you could, you know, use a little bit more substantial ribbon on that so that you could hang it on your tree. Another thing you might actually use that I just thought of is maybe some wire that you would use for, what do they call it? It's a thin wire for flower arrangements and stuff, for floral arrangements. I can't think of what it's called. But anyway, that might be another option for an actual hanger that you would put on your tree. Anyway, that is my cute little project. Like I said, I like the look of these, you know, just to glue them on like that even. So if I did this one without the little bauble, let me do this real quick. What I probably would do with this one is possibly make a loop at the top that goes behind it. Something kind of like that. And then I might glue another piece on the back. And I think I'm going to do that. Let's do that real quick. While I've got you here, we'll just do it. See if we like this option. I'm actually going to, when I glue this on, I'm actually going to use some SNAIL this time. See if I like this better. So I'm going to, oops. And so I'm going to glue my doily to my circle with the SNAIL like that. Okay, I think, well, it's a little off, but maybe, okay, there we go. All right, so now take my, and for this, I don't know if SNAIL's going to hold this that well. So I may, what do I want to use on the back? Tombow might work the best, or let me think about this a little bit. You know what? I think I'm going to use tear and tape. So let me grab that real quick. Tear and tape is really good for 3D projects because it holds things. Let me grab the tear and tape. Yeah, I think this might work the best because when you're trying to glue ribbon down, you want it to stay. And in this case, you definitely want it to stay. So I've got this tear tape, and I'm just going to tear off. That's a little too much. Just do across the middle here, like that. And maybe a piece up here, and a piece at the bottom. Okay, there we go. Let me pull the backings off. Maybe burnish that on there real good. Get the backing off. There we go. Well, having trouble today. There we go. One more. Okay, there we go. All right, so now I'm going to, okay, what did I do with my, there we go, here we go. So now I'm going to use my, make my little loop, kind of like a, it's going to look kind of like a ribbon that you would see for breast cancer, that shape. Okay, I'm just going to cross them over, kind of like that. And yeah, and I'm going to lay it on where the loop is sticking up. I want as much of the loop sticking up as possible for my tag. And I'm going to put it kind of in the middle. Needs to go. All right, now I'm going to put the back side on over the top. This should help hold it in place. And actually, again, I'm going to use tear tape because I feel like it's going to hold better. So over. Okay, so now getting this backing off is harder than it has been in the past. I don't know why. My fingers are not working today. All right, there we go. Getting it going here. All right. Sorry, y'all. I'm sitting here watching me peel this stuff off. It really isn't that hard. Of course, it would help if I had longer fingernails, which I do not. And one of the things you want to do is when you lay this stuff down, you want to burnish it really good so that it sticks to your paper and you can pull the backing off. So maybe I just didn't do that well enough. Okay, here we go. Now, finally. Okay, so now I'm going to place this over the top. So I need to line it up with my other circle, or at least as best as I can. There we go. All right, very cool. All right. Ooh, I like this. Yeah. What do you think, y'all? So then I can write my to from on the back, and I've got this cute little tag. I kind of like that. What do y'all think? So that's one option. Certainly you could use any kind of ribbon again that you want, but I just really, really wanted to play with this natural ribbon because I thought it looked really pretty with this. So I really like that. Let me know what you think. I'd love to see your comments on whether you like these projects and if you have suggestions for me about what might look even better. So I really appreciate your feedback. I believe that we're all, you know, it helps to have some help when you're creating different things, and every opinion, I definitely think lots of people have great ideas, and so I want to hear from you. So thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you later.